Hey guys, it's Comic Chris here. Welcome to my review of Arrow Season 4, Episode 15. The main story of this episode, tonight episode, was for Team Arrow to rescue William, who was kidnapped by Damien Dark in the previous episode. But William thinks that he is being babysitted by Damien Dark because Damien Dark told him that he's a friend of his mother's. So William does not feel that he is in any way harmed by Damien Dark. But yeah, we had a guest appearance from Vixen. If you haven't checked out the Vixen mini series on the CWC that aired in the summer, I encourage you to go check it out. But only problem with it though is that it's too short. It's way too short. The episodes are less than 5 minutes. I wish they were a lot longer. But anyway, hopefully they could be a lot longer for season 2 of Vixen, because the CW announced the season 2 that airing next sometime later on this year. So I can't wait to see how those episodes play out, whether or not they're longer. Anyway, I like this episode. Think of this episode as Arrow's version of Flash's Escape from Earth 2 episode, where Killer Frost, Cisco, Harrison Wells, where they go and rescue Barry from Zoom's lair. Think of it as Arrow's version of that kind of episode. But I think the Flash did a better job at doing this kind of episode, rescuing someone who's been held captive by the main villain. I like the Flash's episode just a little bit better. This one was still a fun episode, entertaining episode, a solid episode, but I like the Flash better. Yeah, so Oliver, he brings in Vixen because he knows that she can track him down through her magic or some kind of thing. But so Vixen, she tracks Damien down, not Damien Dark, she tracks William down through smelling a toy, through sniffing a toy, a Flash action figure. And she had this funny line, well, don't tell Barry about this. I found that kind of funny. But and when, surprisingly enough, when Oliver was introducing Vixen to Team Arrow, it seemed that Vixen already knew Laurel. But I don't think that Laurel and Vixen ever met in their CW animated series that was in the summer. I don't think they met. It was just Flash, from what I remember, it was just Flash, Arrow, and Cisco who met Vixen. And Cisco obviously was the one who named her. Classic Cisco. But anyway, so maybe they did it maybe they met off camera, or in some kind of one of the comic books that are canon to the CW universe. And I don't know, but anyway, I thought that was just kind of strange, but oh well. Yeah, so Thea, she in this episode, she has suspicions about Malcolm Merlyn, her father, that he was the one who told Damien Dark about his son. But at first Merlyn denies it, but by the end of the episode, Thea figures out, because Captain Lance, Quentin Lance, he tells Team Arrow that William was captured by someone without an arm, without a hand, and obviously they already know it was Merlyn who did that. So at the end of the episode, Thea and Merlyn had this big confrontation that Thea just loses it. Like it's like she doesn't want anything to do with Merlyn anymore. She regrets accepting Merlyn as her father. But Merlyn says that he would rather have her hate him and live, rather than seeing her love him than die, if that makes sense. So, and I think Merlyn, now that Damien Dark is in prison, I think that Merlyn might be the new lead of this hive organization, because Merlyn, he craves power. That's his ultimate goal. Besides protecting Thea, he wants to gain power for himself. So I think now that he sees that Damien Dark is out the picture, he's gonna try and like take over Hive. He wants to be the man to lead Hive forward. But I think that Damien Dark, somehow, some way, he will come back. He's still going to be the main villain. I have no doubt about that. But anyway, Vixen, the climax resulted in Vixen destroying this rock thing. This is the source of Damien Dark's mystical powers, by the way. Well, before we get to that, Team Arrow, they realized that because Vixen has this totem on her neck, this necklace that gives her powers, without it, she's just a regular, normal girl. So they figure out that Damien Dark must have some kind of source that gives him his powers as well, because Vixen reveals that every person, every mystical creature she has faced has some kind of thing that gives them their abilities. So that's how they realize that Damien Dark has some source that gives him his powers, and Quentin reveals to them that he's seen this rock, this rock thing that gives Damien Dark his mystical powers, basically. So at the climax, Vixen destroys this rock, and just as Damien Dark is about to kill Thea, Black Canary, and Green Arrow, Vixen destroys the rock. Damien Dark loses his powers. Team Arrow, they rescue William. Damien Dark is put in jail, and that's where we leave Damien Dark in this episode. And other things that happen in the episode, Damien Dark, he threatens Oliver, like he basically blackmails Oliver. He wants Oliver to step down as mayor, as a candidate for mayor, and if he does that, then he will give him back William. And obviously, in this episode, we see that Oliver steps down for mayor because he doesn't want anything bad to happen to his son. And Samantha, I forgot to talk about Samantha. Samantha, I like her acting in this episode. I didn't think she overdid it, like the actress. I don't think she overacted, but she didn't like, because I think she did like the fact that she's worried about her son, where he's sick. She played it just fine. It wasn't over the top, wasn't too beneath, just fine. Yeah, I think she played a good role in this episode. It was a good guest appearance, I should say. Yeah. Other things that happened in the episode, because Felicity found out that Oliver has a son, she's not sure whether she should trust Oliver anymore. And the result of this, towards the end, Felicity basically tells Oliver that they're not going to get married anymore, that the marriage is off, because she puts her ring down, and then just after she puts her ring down, she actually gets up and actually leaves the room on her feet. She's basically walking again. And this is due to the microchip that Mr. Terrific created, that Mr. Terrific gave to her in the previous episode. And we see that in this episode, his husband, Mr. Terrific's husband, at the beginning, that he was trying to help Felicity walk again. He was telling her it was all about confidence, and at the end of the episode, she gained confidence. She was walking again, but that just came out of the blue. It was so unexpected. But anyway, we have walking Felicity again. Maybe they could have played that Felicity in a wheelchair a little bit longer. I feel that they just buried that storyline a bit too soon. Oh well. Yeah, that's basically everything that happened in this episode. I liked it. I liked the episode. It wasn't my favorite, but I'll give it a solid 8 out of 10. So yeah, that's my review of Arrow season 4, episode 15. Share your thoughts of this episode down below in the comments. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Please don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you guys later for more videos.